The Lightning can wrap things up in Game 5 at home. They're plus 120 on the puck line. Is it too risky to lay that minus 1.5 tonight?
No, I really don't feel like it is. I feel like when you're looking at the money lines and stuff tonight, I mean, this is where I'm looking, especially. I know we mentioned in the last show, you can take the -1 on the alternate puck line. It's sitting around -150 or so, but I would rather just take the plus money here at -1.5. I really do feel like if we get in a late game scenario here in the third period and Tampa is just searching for like that extra goal, they're going to get it. And then you're probably going to have an extended empty net period possibility too if it's a 1-goal lead. So there's too many factors here for me not to like this. I just like the traditional money line there at plus 120 for sure.
AJ, you feel like this isn't a risky move at all?
I do feel like there's a little bit of risk. Geoff may have convinced me though, but I'll stick with what I was originally going to say is that I just don't think it's enough value at plus 125 to give up a whole goal and a half. I think for this one, I just don't like any of the lines here. I'm going to ultimately avoid any of the game bets in this one. But if you really want to get in on the action, the one I'd probably like the most, I think, is the 60-minute line and taking the Lightning at -140. You're not giving up a ton of juice in that. You get them just outright to win. It's way better than the straight money line at -235 here. And I just don't see this game going to overtime. So I like giving up the juice a little bit because that goal and a half just scares me when you're not getting a ton of value out of it.
All right, AJ, what's your favorite Canadiens player prop?
Look, I'm sure everybody is just sick and tired of me continuing to prop up Cole Coffield, who did get 2 assists in Game 4, just for the record here. But I would consider riding Josh Anderson at this point. Look, there's no way he's going to get taken off that second line after what he did in Game 4. You can get a share of him at over half a goal at plus 425 on the DK Sportsbook tonight. There isn't a points prop on him right now that I saw. If that becomes available, I would definitely snag that as well. So Josh Anderson, if you for some reason don't want to stick with Cole Coffield player props.
All right, Geoff, what do you think? Favorite Canadiens player prop?
Yeah, no, I like the Josh Anderson call as well, actually. That was definitely a player I had circled. And I mean, look, this is a player who's getting a bump up in line, playing alongside Nick Suzuki. It's a big deal. I mean, Suzuki's been the Montreal Canadiens' best player, in this series. And if we are just looking at the to score a point props, I mean, Suzuki himself, actually still offers pretty good value there at -118. I mean, this has been almost a point per game player of late. So Josh Anderson sitting at plus 165 to score a point. I like taking both those players. I mean, you figure if that line gets a goal, both guys could figure in. But I do agree with what AJ said, and this was kind of going to be my point too. Like, you're just getting better value with the Josh Anderson props because they haven't really adjusted to the fact that now he's playing on the second line or first line, actually, with Suzuki. So I definitely like attacking there too.
All right, Geoff, how about your favorite Lightning player prop? Where are you going to go on this side?
All right, yeah, this side I'm going to get a little more aggressive because I feel like obviously if I think the Lightning are going to win and potentially win by a couple goals, I mean, I'm expecting them to score some goals. So you look at their top six, who can we get like the best kind of price on? And I'm looking at Andre Poulot, I mean, at plus 220 to score a goal. I think this is a very fair price. It's the player who plays alongside Nikita Kucherov, who I'm expecting to have a massive night as well. He gets power play time as well. He's been a timely goal scorer for Tampa his entire career. So I look at the props, and again, I mean, Stamkos under one plus 200 point plus 140. I think with Poulot, at plus 220, you're getting like really, really good value there for a player who, if everything goes to plan and you think Tampa's going to win this game, then he should have a good shot at scoring a goal tonight. So that's where I'm going.
AJ, where are you going?
I'm still waiting for Paul to get us those matching PJs, Geoff, here, because we're on the same page here. Pullout for me as well. I like him to grab a point at -105. You're getting essentially even money, and that feels like the best option for me. He's got 4 points in this series so far, and like Geoff, I'm expecting that top line to really come out strong. To that end, I also look at Braden Point at over half a goal tonight at plus 125. I think that's tremendous value for a guy that, look, he's still 6 goals clear of the next closest player in the postseason with 14 goals, and that's despite his current 5-game goal drought. If you're looking for somewhere to go, just like a long shot, Look at Ross Colton in this one. He's the guy that is currently filling that second line Killorn role. Sounds like Killorn is out. They technically, like John Cooper was like, oh, he's doubtful, but we're not going to have any lineup changes. So I don't know why you said doubtful and not just out, but whatever. Ross Colton played in that second line spot in Game 4. You can get him to score a goal in the DK Sportsbook at plus 425. So he's my long shot guy tonight.
All right, well, you can also play this game in DFS in a captain's showdown. So who are you going to be using in that captain spot for Game 5, AJ? If you want Vasilevsky, he's going to cost you $16,200, but do you kind of have to go with him?
Well, so I think there's really two options here. The one that I like the most is Andre Palat tonight in the captain spot because he comes in at just 11-7, and that gives you way more roster flexibility if you want to utilize, Vasilevsky, Kucherov, or Point in those other spots. The one caveat to that I'll say is I do like Ross Colton tonight. If you put him in a flex spot, I'm not going my Tyler Johnson call in a captain. Don't captain Ross Colton tonight. That's not the suggestion. But in the flex spot, he'll cost you just 2,200, and that gives you enough flexibility that if you want to pay up for Vasilevsky or Kucherov or Braden Point, you really can. So I think either for me, it's Pulat for the flexibility or using Ross Colton in a flex spot to give you that other flexibility for your captain.
All right, Geoff, who are you going to captain?
Yeah, no, I definitely think Pulat is a guy you could consider captaining tonight. Obviously, if I'd like him to score a goal, I mean, that's going to have some serious potential for DFS. But I feel like it's just a spot where you roster Nikita Kucherov in the captain spot and you keep it simple. And AJ brought up a good value play to do it. Barclay Goodrow is still there at 2,800. He's on like a 4-game point streak. He's playing over 14 minutes a night for 2,800. So there are cheap Tampa players you can use to get up to Kucherov and even Vasilevsky if you want. But look, Nikita Kucherov, 22 of his 32 points in these playoffs have come at home. He has been an absolute monster at home. He's been good at bouncing back from pointless games as well. I'm expecting him to do both those things tonight. And I think that for a captain spot, again, if you're going to pay up, that's who I would put there 100%.